Honestly, I would just live on it until I ran out of money. Anyways, I don't know if both of those videos are going to get saved, but yeah, you'll know what I'm talking about if you watch the last video. It would only last me like 1 or 2 years still. Well, it all depends. I'm not paying any rent right now. Whoopsies, did I just say that out loud? I live with my parents. Therefore, I'm not paying rent right now. Oh my gosh. What a fun time, everybody. The only thing I pay for on a regular basis, other than getting Culver's every single week, that was funny. I also admitted to that, is paying for my gas money. And, well, technically I pay for YouTube Premium, but it's using a free... never mind. Okay, so weird thing, like my parents accidentally bought like these gift cards that they shouldn't have bought for like $300 of Google Play gift cards. So, and then they just gave them to me because like, so basically they accidentally bought these gift cards. They could not return them. They tried to return them, they could not. So they basically just gave me $300 for free. Oh my, should I have even said that? But I've just been using it to pay for YouTube Premium. That's literally all I've been using it for. And YouTube Premium doesn't even give me that much. I mean, it's really nice and convenient, but I don't really use it for its intended purpose because I already have an ad blocker on for my computer. And I don't watch any shows on YouTube Premium. I just like having it for my phone, for watching YouTube on my phone, because I don't have to watch ads on my phone. And I can play videos while the phone is off. Those are two very small minor benefits. But I mean, it's... never mind, shut up my face. Dude. Like, maybe the ad blockers should just be illegal. Because, like, so many people are using them, and it's actually causing YouTube to have to, like, take extreme measures to try to get people to watch more ads. Like, maybe I should stop using it, but at the same time, I'm paying for YouTube Premium, so I'm actually not hurting YouTube anymore. Because I'm using YouTube Premium, so... But before I got YouTube Premium, I was using the ad blocker, which... Maybe we should convince people to not use ad blockers, because otherwise YouTube is going to start making everyone else watch even more ads. Just deal with the ads, so at least you don't have to watch more ads, if the other thing was the case. Can I please stop? Where did I go on this whole tangent anyways? Oh. Tampering with company software, copying software illegally, copying software, using software in an unauthorized manner, developing software to carry out unauthorized activities. Data fraud. Illegally using, copying, browsing, searching, or harming company data. It constitutes data fraud. I just realized that this song is one of the songs I've been listening to in one of my other soundtracks, but it's a remixed. Wow, fun. The remix of it sounds so much different, though. What a fun final boss. Ooh. That wasn't that to do with fan of it. I was just being sarcastic. Stop. Good old Apple Watches. What do they call it if they're not Apple Watches? Just smartwatches? I don't know. Smartwatches. I mean, they're just not very common for some reason. They're just so expensive, and they don't give you that many benefits. Like, they're like so tiny. The screen is so tiny. It's not really worth it. You just use your phone. So many examples. You know what? I'm not going to read all these examples. Maybe when I'm studying for the test, I'll read them, but right now I'm just trying to be able to do whatever assignment we have to do later today. Wow, that's interesting. You can literally just pick up signals from a monitor. Yeah. Oh, this is not going to be a fun list to read through. Man. How do you prevent and detect the fraud? Create a climate that makes fraud less likely. What? There was an animal walking around on my window. Well, not on the window, but on the thingy that's right outside my window. What kind of animal was that? That's weird. That must be what makes noise on my window sometimes. But this time I actually finally saw it happen for the first time ever. Increase the difficulty of committing it. Improve detection methods. Reduce the amount lost if a fraud occurs. Oh my gosh. Create an organizational... Well, first of all, there's make them less likely to occur. Increase difficulty of committing fraud. Improve detection methods. Reduce losses from fraud errors. I bet it's gonna have it's gonna list one of these things and then be like, which type of thing is it? No, that's so dumb. Yeah. Create an organizational culture that stresses integrity and commitment to ethical values and competence. Adopt an organizational structure, management philosophy, operating style, and risk appetite that minimizes the likelihood of fraud. Obtain board or director and C-level buy-in and support for the corporate application of security standards, and require oversight from an active involved in independent audit committee of the board of directors. Assign authority and responsibility for business objectives to specific departments and individuals, encourage them to use initiative to solve problems, and hold them accountable for achieving those objectives. Identify the events that lead to increased fraud and error risk and take steps to prevent, avoid, share, or accept that risk. Develop a comprehensive set of security policies. I don't even know where I was. Develop a comprehensive set of security policies to guide the design and implementation of specific control procedures and communicate them effectively to company employees. Ensure that corporate security standards are applied to all new technologies before they are implemented. Continuously improve security policies and procedures as threats change and evolve. Automate security processes where it is possible to do so. Implement human resources policies for hiring, compensating, evaluating, promoting, and discharging employees that send messages about the required level of ethical behavior and integrity. Develop a comprehensive set of anti-fraud policies that clearly set forth the expectation for honest and ethical behavior and explain the consequences of dishonest and fraudulent acts. Effectively supervise employees, including monitoring their performance and correcting their errors. Provide employee support programs. This provides a place for employees to turn to when they face pressures they might be inclined to resolve by perpetrating a fraud. Again, why do they refer to it as a fraud? Maintain open communication lines with employees, customers, suppliers, and relevant external parties. Banks, regulators, tax authorities, etc. Create and implement a company code of conduct to put in writing what the company expects of its employees, train employees in integrity and ethical considerations, as well as security and fraud prevention measures required. Dang it! Now I have to... Come on, I messed up. Require annual employee vacations and signed confidentiality agreements. Annual vacations. Periodically rotate duties of key employees. Implement formal and rigorous project development and acquisition controls, as well as change management controls. Increase the penalty for committing fraud by prosecuting fraud perpetrators more vigorously. Increase the difficulty of committing fraud. Develop and implement a strong system of internal controls. Segregate the accounting functions of worth authorization, recording, and custody. Implement a proper segregation of duties between systems functions. Restrict physical and remote access to system resources to authorized personnel. Require transactions and activities to be authorized by appropriate supervisory personnel. Have the system authenticate the person and their right to perform the transaction before allowing the transaction to take place. Use properly designed documents and records to capture and process transactions. Safeguard all assets, records, and data. Require independent checks on performance, such as reconciliation of two independent sets of records where practical. Implement computer-based controls. implement computer-based controls. Over data input. Implement computer-based controls over data input, computer processing, data storage, data transmission, information output, encrypt stored and transmitted data and programs to protect them from unauthorized access and use. Avoid disposing of used computers, destroy the hard drive to keep criminals from mining recycled hard drives, fix software vulnerabilities by installing operating system updates as well as security and application programs, improve detection methods, develop and implement a fraud risk assessment program that evaluates both the likelihood and the magnitude of fraudulent activity and assesses the processes and controls that can help deter and detect the potential fraud. Create an audit trail. So Stop. Okay. Create an audit trail. You know, this class really isn't much of a math class. I don't know why it's taking me this long to realize that. But out of all the classes I've taken, this one is actually like the more conceptually driven course. Where because I'm not really doing many math problems at all. It's just like mostly conceptual information. That was funny. I mean, thank goodness we haven't had to write any papers so far, except for this one project that we're doing. Dang. Well, we've had to do some written assignments, but they were in class, and I got through them all. And they weren't like, write a paper about blah. Stop. So funny, I have both English and Japanese on the actual official cover. So, I forgot where I was. Crap. Create an audit trail so individual transactions can be traced through the system to find the financial statements, and the financial statement data can be traced back to individual transactions. Conduct periodic external and internal audits as well as special network security audits. These can be especially helpful, sometimes performed on a surprise basis. Install fraud detection software. Implement a fraud hotline. Motivate employees to report fraud by implementing whistleblower rewards and protections for those who come forward. Employ a computer security officer, computer consultants, and forensic specialists as needed. Monitor system activities, including computer and network security efforts, usage, and error logs. Usage and error logs. Monitor system activities, including computer and network security efforts, usage, and error logs. I don't know what I'm reading. I'm not comprehending the stuff I'm currently reading. Monitor security activities, including computer and network security efforts, usage, and error logs, and all malicious actions. Use intrusion detection systems to help automate the monitoring process, reduce losses from fraud and errors, maintain adequate insurance, develop comprehensive contingency disaster recovery and business continuity plans, store backup copies of program data files in a secure off-site location, use software to monitor system activity and recover from the different types of threats. Man. Oh my gosh, look how long this is. Look how long that section is. Use data analytics to prevent and detect fraud. Oh. Why do I always have to drop stuff all the time? Just why? Gravity. That is the answer. Ways to drop stuff. This is where he starts using. This is the first time he starts using that one instrument that all fan music, fan musicians, you would call them, I guess. I mean, the fan musicians, quote unquote, all just so love not the instrument that's used right now, but like coming up. Like, why do they love that instrument so much? I don't even know what it is. You know, it's so weird. I don't know why our professor had us skip chapters 4 through 7, including 5 through 7, which they mentioned here. I don't know why we skipped all those chapters and just went straight to chapter 8. It's so weird. Good job, buddy. Such a slow melody. Like, why does Toho just love all these slow melodies that go over multiple measures? And they're like half. They're like, okay, stop. Stop. I just had to find something to complain about this song because I was literally listening to it, sitting here and like enjoying listening to it, and then I was thinking to myself, I wonder if there's anything I'm going to hate about this song. It's such an unfair criticism. Identify trends, patterns, anomalies, and exceptions in data that are often referred to as red flags of fraud. That's fun. Stop. This is the, like, I just thought to myself, not even as just a phrase that I say all the time, because I just have to say phrases over and over again whenever I feel certain emotions, and I don't necessarily mean what they say every time, but this is the time where I actually do hate myself. not here. Take a sample of a population and then project the sample result onto the entire population. This is not very effective when trying to detect fraud. Fraud detection is much more effective when data analytics software tools are used to examine an entire data population, especially when the fraud is hidden in a very large amount of data. Using data analytics software, every transaction... Oh, here it is, here it is, here's the instrument. This is the instrument right here. This instrument. What is with this instrument? Why is everyone obsessed with it so much? Why do they love that instrument so much? Like, what even is that? You know what I think it is? I could be wrong about this. Don't... Please. I'm going to sound like an idiot if this is wrong, but I think it might be a violin. But it's like a weird version of a violin that doesn't vibrate at all. So it just sounds... I don't know. And the reason why I say it's a violin is because I think somebody in a random comment section of this one random song that uses that instrument called it a violin. And not just them, but I think even... Okay, you know what? I have to clear this up. I'm going to clear this up right now. I'm going to look... This is going to be weird, but... There's an actual Wikipedia... Not a Wikipedia page, but an actual wiki article on this. Now, if I search the word violin, I think it might actually be here. No, it's not. Crap, I don't even remember which song it was. It must not be a violin. I thought Zune himself referred to it as that, but maybe not. It was one of the boss themes, I can't remember which. It was like some weird thing where it was off tune a little bit or something like that. It was... I can't remember which boss theme it is. It might be like 4 or 5 probably. Might be this one. It might be this one, actually. You know what I'm going to do? Instead of that, I'm just going to... Obviously, it's not there. I thought it was, though. I think it might be this one. This is the one with the violin thing. Yeah, I think it is. I scroll down. See? This is it. This is the one. Now, if I scroll into the comment section, there's going to be people calling that instrument a violin. Sounds kind of out of tune. Maybe this is not the instrument that was used in the other one, though. See, look, this guy called it a violin. And it's only used in this one song, apparently. This is not the same instrument used. Why is it so loud? So it's only used in this song, apparently, according to this person. Also, not only is it out of tune, but it's literally behind the beat at some points. Like if you scroll back, somebody pointed that out. Right there, it's behind the beat. Now, is that the same instrument as this? Maybe not. Maybe they're not the same. They sound similar, but they're not quite the same. But I don't know if that's really a violin. Okay, the one that I just listened to is obviously a violin, but what about this one? What is that instrument anyways? What is it? It's it's just like one of the more annoying instruments that I hear in Toho music a lot. But it's used so much in the fan music. It's this one right here too. Okay, I just went on a whole tangent about that for like 10 minutes. Well, that was funny. Thorough. Why did I just say the word thorough? Oh, I hate these lists. Man, I hate these lists. Detect outlier anomaly detection using trends and patterns. Regression analysis. Semantic modeling. Oh no, not a focus. Not a focus. A focus. Let me guess, he hasn't created a test yet. Well, it's so obvious. It's because I would have gotten an email if he did, but usually the email is a little bit delayed. Really, do I have to read about Benford's Law? That's funny. Do I really have to read about Benford's Law? Oh no, don't tell me I have to read about this. Probability distributions. Oh great, probability distributions. I just love those. As I'm taking a business analytics class. For the likelihood of a digit in a large set of naturally occurring numbers. In certain sets of numbers, the number 1 would be first digit this percent of the time. Number 2 is first digit this percent of the time. Hey, what about the second digit though? You literally just talked about. Oh, I'm an idiot. Idiot. They're just saying, yeah, you can just calculate for all the other digits as well. So they chose to say in a weird way, which was, you can also do it for the digit 0 and for 3 through 9. Funny. First through the 4th digit. So the number 0 is the first digit this percent of the time. It is the first digit is nothing, apparently. 1 is the first digit 30% of the time. And do I really have to read more of this stuff? They're usually this law is usually applicable. Wait, these are actually the actual numbers. These aren't just examples of the percentages. These are the actual percentages. Are you kidding me? Okay, wait. It's applicable in most naturally occurring numbering and counting systems. The numerical sequence begins with the 1 and then increases, making lower numbers more frequent than larger ones show up. It's usually not applicable when numbers are assigned, such as telephone numbers and social security numbers. They are not applicable to small data sets or those with a stated minimum and maximum, like ATM fees or limits on withdrawal amounts. It does apply to many types of accounting data, such as cash receipts and disbursements, credit card transactions, purchase orders, inventory quantities, and customer balances and refunds. Yeah. That was funny. That was funny. That was so funny. A research study showed that Greece may have manipulated economic data to qualify to join the European Union. Ponzi schemes. Oh, jeez. I wonder if we're going to have to do a Benford's Law assignment in our class today. And then watch as we just don't even do anything from Chapter 8. Is there anything else I have to read here? Or am I done with the chapter? Well, there's a summary of the chapter. So I guess I'll just do that later. Oh, man.